Hey guys, I just got done watching the third Jennifer Lawrence film that I'm going to be talking about. And you guessed it right by the title, that is the third Hunger Games film, The Mockingjay Part 1. And before watching this film, I actually remember this one being my least favourite, and after watching it, it probably still is my least favourite, and it's definitely the weakest in this franchise. But overall, it's still a really good film. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the director because he's done it again. This Francis Lawrence guy. I think he does the final one as well, and you can really see how he took his work from Catching Fire. He sort of influenced himself in a way here because it's so different to the first one, but from that Morgan guy, and it overall it just you can see how he's learnt from his mistakes about the shaky cam and scenes cutting too quick because the cinematography in this film is obviously it's the first thing I'm talking about. It's one of the things that stands out in this film the most. I think overall it's really good, and also the soundtrack as well. Again, this is like sort of a recurring theme, just like the directors of these films. James Newton Howard, what a guy! He does the soundtrack for this. As I mentioned, he's done them for all three of them. And there's actually one scene in particular that I really, really like where Jennifer Lawrence actually sings a song herself while she's becoming the Mockingjay and starting this persona of like rebellion and redemption. And when she starts singing this song, she's like recording sort of a PR video where she's trying to gain attention, and they actually hijack this sort of like news like recording, this broadcast, sorry, and yeah, so when she sings this on live TV, this like influences everyone, and there's a really cool scene where it sort of lays it over this like it's like an attack on a dam, and all the workers there like or sorry all the rebels are sort of singing this song by Jennifer Lawrence as they go to destroy this dam to create sort of a signal and a message for President Snow. And this really hurts them because this takes down like all the electrical fields and everything. But when they hijacked the broadcast, they sort of revealed their location, and this sort of segues into sort of a really slow second half of the film where Katniss and her sister Prim are actually in this bunker and they're getting bombed. But doing this, they also find out the location of where Peter is, and because all the electrical fields are down, they go to rescue Peter. However, on the next broadcast, President Snow sort of like it's really weird how he does it, but he looks to the screen like where Katniss is watching, and he says, "Do you not think I know your friends are at this building?" And basically, so he knew all along that they were going to go save Peter because obviously from the final scene from Catching Fire, we know that Pete was stuck in the games, and they've actually taken the serum from the tracker jackets that I talked about in the first episode. Do you remember the bees with like the venomous serum inside them that made you crazy? So Pete has actually had that done to him. And in the closing scene of this film, he tries to like kill Katniss, and he like makes her eyes like pop. Like it's really horrible. Like not pop in that way, but like a blood vessel pops in each of her eye because he strangles her so hard, and it's a very disturbing scene. But it's both actors, Jack Hutchins and Jennifer Lawrence, they kill it in this scene because that's the only scene in this film that they actually have together. I thought that was a bit weird, maybe a little bit of a negative, but overall the performances in this film are great. There's additions to the cast such as Mahershala Ali, who's going to be our next Blade in the MCU. I thought he was really good in this. And then Julianne Lawrence was also really good. Sorry, not Julianne Lawrence, Julianne Moore. She was really good in this film, but I'm pretty sure from my memory she becomes a villain. And at the end, she's doing this speech, and Katniss sort of like looks up to her. And yeah, as I just mentioned, then I'm pretty sure she turns into a villain. So I guess we'll have to find out next time. Overall thoughts: this film's it's a good film, but I do think it is the weakest out of the four films, and that's why I'm going to give this film a 7.5 out of 10. What did you guys think of the Mockingjay Part 1? is this your least favourite Hunger Games film as well as mine? Because I know a lot of people really like this film. And don't get me wrong, this film is a really good setup film for the final one, but some of it just feels a little bit like filler to me. I don't know, but I do really like this film. Everyone does a really good job in it. So yeah, let me know down below. And I'll see you guys when I review Mockingjay Part 2 very soon. Goodbye.